Welcome to the chat with Illuminessence. We are excited today because today's episode, it's all about talking about our highlights for 2017, our New Year's resolutions, and some of the things, experiences that we may have had that we want to let go of or we want to reflect on as we move into the new year. So join us as we start this exciting episode. So ladies, how excited are you that it's almost 2018?
I'm always excited for a new year because it gives you that chance to wipe the slate clean and start fresh.
Absolutely. Me too. I love the holidays anyway to begin with, but it's that feeling of starting over, whatever may not have worked out or whatever your goals and aspirations are. It's really exciting. What about you?
Pretty much it's the same thing. It's just the feeling of knowing that you have an opportunity to do it all over again.
Yeah.
To make the wrongs the rights, So yeah.
Exciting. So what has been the highlight for you for 2017? I can think mine I'll start with there were so many, but I think probably the most was my birthday, where I was really chilled and understated about it. I didn't want to do anything. And then you surprised me with literally days and days of surprises, and it was amazing. I think that was probably the highlight of my year. There were so many others, but I can talk about them later. What about you guys? What about you?
So for me, it was completing my master's.
True.
Yeah, so that was the highlight of 2017. And I think just knowing that I was able to spend a whole new year in a different country, being with family, with my elder sister, and being with my kids, that was amazing for me. And that pretty much is what I am taking to 2018.
What about you, lady? You've had a spicy 2017. It's good.
No,
okay.
It was a different year for me.
Good. It was good. All good. But yeah, what was the highlight?
Probably personally, I suppose. Just in some ways getting my groove back.
Yes.
Let's just put it that way.
It shows. It
Making
shows.
me blush here.
Yeah.
I think as the year is coming to a close, I'm just kind of looking at life, career, and seeing things where I probably I dropped the ball.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to move forward and just refocus. It's sometimes tough when you are, my mother's living with me, that's great, but we've lost my dad, and there's still to some degree that heavy cloud hanging over. So I realize there's probably stuff that has brought me down that I have not been
addressed.
That I have not been as focused. You don't really think about it specifically, but then it kind of hit me like, wait, I would normally be much more focused on, promoting this or, doing different things.
Because you had a couple of new books this year, right?
Yes, I did. But for example, one of the things is I had a proposal that I sent to a different publisher. The editors changed. The editor, she's a great editor, but I got someone else. We did not click. And she got this proposal a year ago. She didn't really like it, and then I let it sit there. Because my agent said, oh, maybe you should change it up a little bit for this or this. And I kind of thought, I just did my other stuff. Yeah. And now I thought, why did I let a whole year pass without trying
being proactive about
being proactive.
changing the situation?
Yeah. So when I was in Orlando for my conference and I met with a different editor I've worked with in the past, I said, you know what, you would probably really love this. So now she has it.
Okay.
But I thought, I just sort of let,
And it's not a bad thing always, because sometimes, because you've always been so driven, you're always doing so much where I think, like we said, sometimes you just let your hair out and do things differently and relax and unwind. So maybe part of that was just a natural trajectory that needed, a moment that needed to happen where you just relaxed, where you were not so pressured to say, I have to get this done at this point in time, and actually had some time for fun. Which I think we don't always make time for that, because I think the same thing happened to me, and I think Minette, one of our close friends, had described it for her. She was like, it's called burnout.
Yeah.
where I was just like, a part of the passion waned, or you were just not doing as enough. And I was trying to figure out what it was, and you're so frustrated with yourself too,
Yeah.
because you're like, I'm always used to doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And she was like, that's burnout. You just don't want to recognize it, but that's really what it is when you just are not as driven as you normally are. So, what about you? Was there any moment like that for you this year?
Yes, I think it was. Like, it got to a point, you know, the excitement of relocating to a new country. And I came to Canada in 2016, and there's this fantasy of the perfect world as an African woman, you know. And so, coming to the reality of it, it's not as perfect as I thought it would be. And so, just living that reality was, sometimes it was very consuming and burning, and especially when I had to commute from Hamilton to Guelph, like it was 2 hours back and forth, so I was doing like 4 hours on the road, and it was not something I was used to at all. There was no time that I would take that long distance back home to go to places, so that in itself was very consuming.
Exactly.
And yes, and so I feel it got to a time where, as much as I wanted the master's degree, it was like, is there a way that I could just let go
Get it
of
over.
this? Because this is too much. And then you get to that point in your life where you feel like adulthood is a trap in itself, you know? Because when you're younger, you want to grow old, you want to get this responsibility, and you want to do all these things. When you're really into it, it's so consuming.
And it's a big task, a big responsibility.
Exactly, and you just don't want to do it anymore. So, you know,
You want to stop. You want to stay forever young,
yes, you want to
right?
stay forever young. And then when you get to see children, you just wish they would understand what you're going through now and just stay there, like don't grow.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to tell them that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. Definitely.
I've known this for a long time. I'm
I
sure
know
you have
we're
as
living
well.
it now, right? So I know.
I am living it now.
You know what? That's why I always say, just be in the moment, enjoy every stage of your life as it's meant to be. Live vicariously in every stage of your life, because it doesn't come back.
Yeah,
It's silly when people think they can relive their youth. You will not. So wear what you need to wear, do what you need to do, have all the fun when you're at each stage of your life, because that's really how life's trajectory is meant to be lived, I think.
Yes.
So then you don't have any regrets, right? So yeah.
So it's-
But no, we're gonna continue the conversation. We'll be right back with the chat just to talk about some more exciting stuff. Welcome back to the chat with Illuminessence. So we were talking about some of the highlights of 2017, and now we want to talk about some of the experiences that we had. I think just leading back to your point about what are some of those things that you just wanted to end and wanted to just move on, or did not live up to expectations. So what were some of those experiences for you, Kayla? Like, what are you willing to have the courage now to let go, or just say like, it's done, it's over, it wasn't as what I expected?
Well, like I mentioned before with regards to my career, I think that what I have to let go of is probably being upset with myself for feeling like I let things lapse.
Of fulfilling all the goals
Yeah.
and resolutions you usually set.
Yes. Yes,
Beginning
because
of the year.
Yeah, so there are things that I look back and I say, okay, I didn't do this. I let that proposal sit for a year. I have to let that go and just move forward.
Yeah.
There were a couple other things that I had wanted to do throughout the year, and as I think about it, I'm somewhat
beating
upset.
yourself up.
I'm beating myself up, but I
You
can't
gotta
do
let-
that. I can't do anything about the past. I have to just move forward.
Exactly.
One of the things was, being vegan. A group wanted to interview me. Black Vegans Rock.
Oh, wow.
But I'm also trying to work on a cookbook.
Oh, nice.
So I wanted to have the cookbook more in the process before I did the interview, to make the interview make
align with what's
make more
happening.
sense and
Yeah.
promote me more. And then the whole year passed, and I really don't have that done. And now I thought I should have just done the interview to promote myself. There's just small things like that sometimes.
But there's also that thing where sometimes I usually believe that things really happen when they're meant to happen. Because you might look back and say, when it actually ends up happening, you might look back and say, maybe this is when it was supposed to happen. Because even though you would have liked to have it out there, sometimes when you're not fully prepared,
Yeah.
it also shows, right? So I think maybe it's not ready yet because the book isn't ready, or just it wasn't. Because I really am a firm believer that things happen as they're meant to happen. If we really just believe that, we will reflect back and say, no, it wasn't the right time, or this is what was meant to happen at this moment in time. So what are you willing to let go of? Or what did not live up to your expectation besides Canada?
Besides this cold weather.
And the cold weather.
No. I think even with Canada, it's not like it didn't live up to my expectations. I mean, I've had a lot of fun memories, like I said, having family here, being with my elder sister and the kids, like that is a blessing in itself for me, and that's my experience. And what I'm willing to let go of is, I think I'm willing to let go of myself. You know, yes, let go of myself in the aspect of taking myself too seriously, like feeling like everything has to go through a certain process. You know, and I have learned it the hard way, sort of. You know, because even when I finished my undergraduate, if it was left to just me and my processes, I should have done my master's immediately. I should have been in university in 2015. But nature had its own way. You know, my country had this plague, and well, pretty much I'll call it that way. Yeah. We had this disaster, the Ebola and everything, and then we had the ban, so nothing was processed for me. So you see, so I think letting go of myself and just leave it is what I'm willing to do in 2017, and just
you're right. But even as I reflect on it now, even though the Ebola happened and all of this, I really believe that had you come in 2015, it wasn't the right time. Because now in retrospect, 2015 was still a challenging time for me, because like I was still going through my evolutions, my challenges, but 2016 was a much better year where I was in a much better place in terms of just emotionally and so many other factors. Illuminessence was now growing, where we as a team were prepared and ready and organized to sort of complement your presence here. So I think this is what I'm talking about, when things happen as they're meant to happen at the right time.
That's so true. But then it comes back to what I was saying, like I would never have looked at it that way if I don't have the perspective of life that I have now. To just know that nature in itself solves things, just like you said. I would have come in 2015, but a lot of what I would have experienced now, and this bond and the family I have now, probably these people, you people would not be here, or something else would have been different, you know. And so, but then if it wasn't because of what I know now, I would not have seen it like that. Because at that time I was sad. You know the story.
Just wanted
I was sad. I was frustrated. So,
plus, you're a planner. I think you like to be in control. And what life teaches us all is that you have to let go. Life will control or throw things in your way that you don't plan for, and that's life, and that's evolving. It's how you handle that and move forward.
And I really like what you said, how you handle it. I think one of the best quotes is always like I think it's something to the effect that you make things what they are, like the impact of things that happen to you are really, well, obviously God has, because I'm also obviously believe in divine interventions, that obviously God directs our path, but a lot of times how we handle, whether it's a tragedy or whether it's a negative experience, how we handle it and what we make of it is what makes it positive or negative, right? So I think that, so your point back is when you say I want to let go of myself, is that feeling of like not being in control of everything and letting the chips fall where they may as life progresses. Because definitely I think you've had a great experience in Canada in a lot of ways, and just the support, which it happened at the right time, because other people come and they have so many different experiences that may not particularly always be as easy, or maybe just everybody has different experiences.
We also have to, what did I hear somewhere recently? Like that the negative is a blessing as well.
Yes.
Without the negative, we can't appreciate the positive.
Absolutely.
So if life is always happy, you don't really get to appreciate the good times
Yep.
But when you've had the hard times, that's when you realize what the good times are and appreciate life so much more.
That is so true.
Yeah.
That is so true.
So they'll take the good with the bad, but learn from the bad and appreciate the good even more.
Learn from it. And it's so true. And I think that's the spirit we're going to go into 2018 with. So we're going to come back and talk about what some of those resolutions are for 2018. And I'm looking forward to hearing what yours are.
Okay.
We'll be right back with the chat. Welcome back to the chat with Illuminessence. So, ladies, what are your New Year's resolutions? What are you looking forward to for 2018?
Okay, so I've had this idea for a book, which I'm not revealing to anyone, but I think it's going to be huge. And Chloe keeps saying, you need to be working on this, you need to be working on this, you need to be working on this.
So Chloe knows the idea.
Yes.
Okay.
And let's just say with the current political climate, I need to do it now.
Oh.
Absolutely.
That's juicy.
Yeah. So
you don't need to say more. I can just sense that it's going to be big.
It's a big idea.
Okay.
And I think it will be fantastic. So I have to do this. And also, I've also got to do my cookbook, I hope. But just more focus on my writing. Like, sometimes I get, I don't want to say distracted, but there's the smaller projects that pay X amount and it's like you're secure.
In those ones.
But, maybe I really have to just put this other idea forward on spec, knowing that I think it's going to be a big idea and trusting that the reward will come. Not stop worrying about the comfort as much.
Step out of your comfort zone a little bit and challenge yourself a bit more. Well, that's exciting. Good luck with that. Well, I'm excited because you're an amazing writer, just absolutely fantastic. So I think if you tell me it's going to be big, I trust you. I know it's going to be. And I'll be there to cheer you on for sure. What are you looking forward to? You have big things coming up in 2018. I'm not going to spill the beans, but I just know it's going to be big. Are you excited as I am about them?
I'm excited.
Without you spilling the beans.
I'm excited and I'm scared at the same time.
That's
right. As you evolve into a woman.
Oh, holy holy Lord. Okay. Yeah, that in itself, sure. I'm excited, but then most part of me is scared because, like I said, I'm letting go of myself, and letting go of yourself is like letting go of life, like in a beautiful way, and just in 2018, I just want to see it evolve. Yeah. And I just don't want to set any rules, any plans. Like I just want to see how it evolves itself. Yeah. And like you said, like exciting things. Let's see how they go and things like that. So
no, I'm definitely looking forward to the next chapter. I think it's a natural evolution, right? People grow, like you've done your masters. The next chapter is obviously evolution of becoming a woman professionally, personally. So I'm excited just being in the wings and cheering you on and seeing you grow. I think personally, I'm just excited for Illuminessence. Personally and professionally, because Illuminessence is both personal and professional. I think when I look back, just it's a blessing when you have friends that are now family that have evolved with you. 5 years is not, it's a long time.
The 5-year anniversary.
Exactly, coming up in 2018 and just the things we have planned. But when you have people still with you that you started this journey with, I think that makes it really heartfelt, but also something to really be excited about. So I'm looking forward to that. And then just spending more time with family. Like she said, I think I need to also relax a lot more. I think I tend to work too hard and push myself. So
play a little more.
I think I need to play a lot more. I didn't play as much in 2017, so I do need to play more. Traveling a lot more to this year, and then hopefully going with the team to Africa for the next gala. I think there's lots of things coming up that I'm excited about. But on a personal note, because you talk professionally, she talks personal. What is a personal thing you're looking forward to for 2018?
She's looking at me.
Yes, you! You're telling me to play. What are you looking forward to playing a little bit with or in?
Everyone should have a little fun.
Yes, and that's a good thing.
you know what? You get your groove back, and you want to keep the groove going.
Absolutely.
There we go.
I think we all got our groove actually this year.
Well,
so
did you? I think some people have never been without their groove. Others have. I was like Stella, but it's back.
Anyway,
So-
well, I believe in working hard, playing hard, and I think as women and as professionals, we should give ourselves permission to play a lot more. I think we tend to have so many things on our shoulders, do so much, and are always driven that it's good to play a little.
Of course it is.
And this will play a little bit. So anyway, cheers to 2018.
Cheers.
All the best. May all our hopes and dreams come true. And to our viewers, we wish you a wonderful holiday. All the best in 2018. And we will look forward to sharing more and more highlights and femme leaders and guys who get it with you in the new year.
Cheers.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.